Hi everyone. So what we will do in this video is build upon the previously created Lambda function that was sourcing data from SQS writing to CloudWatch. We'll enhance that function now to read JSON from SQS, and then extract the fields, and then write to DynamoDB table. So we already had done setup for SQS. So this was our queue that we had created. Now let's go ahead and create DynamoDB table. So let's open a new tab. So DynamoDB is managed NoSQL serverless database on the Amazon platform. So you don't have to do patching, you don't have to do any maintenance of the OS, nothing. And there's no SQL, so it doesn't come with relationship, relationship, relational database overhead, like tables, foreign keys, primary keys, things like this. So the structure is slightly different. So it might take a while for someone who has done relational database like me for the entire lives to kind of switch to NoSQL database. But NoSQL database has been around for quite some time now. So it's not a totally new concept, but might be slightly newer for someone who has not worked on NoSQL database. So let's go ahead and create a table. So because it is not relational, we have to be mindful of how we create the partition key. Partition key is kind of table's primary key, and it is used to distribute the data over multiple hosts for scalability and availability, just like it mentions here. So what we want to do is we want to build a customer's table where um, we want to query customers based on where they are situated in terms of city. So we'll have city as the partition key, and for sort key within the all the customers in that city, uh, we want to we want to we want to sort by the order amount. So let's just say order amount, and this is string, so I'll just say string for now. And then we'll have all other settings to be default. So that's all it is needed. It will store unstructured, and then you can add fields as needed. So the table gets created this way, and takes a minute for table to get created. Okay, so table is available. So let's manually add some data to it. So let's go to table, and then let's go to actions and create item. So yeah, instead of rows, it's called item. So we go create item. So let's start with Dallas, and let's say the purchase was 145.56, and let's add new attribute of string type, say name, Jeff Smith. Another string, let's say address, Main Street, and let's add one more for zip code. So 74235, and so we'll save this and create the item. And if we want to add bunch more items, what we can do is we can select one, and then we can duplicate item, and instead of Dallas we can say Houston, and instead of 145 245 we can leave the address same. Mark Jackson, and then we create item this way. So now we have two items. Then you can query. So scan will return everything. So you click on scan, it will because only have two items. And then query. So you put in partition key. So Dallas, it will return Dallas. And if you want to equal to, if you want to say greater than, say greater than $100. So it will be this string. So it is string. So we'll have to look at that. Okay, so this is very high level overview of DynamoDB table. And what we want to really look at how we can get the data from SQS. So in SQS, what we'll do is we'll go here and we'll send messages from here, and then we'll use Lambda to process it and add to this table. So that will be our task. So let's open our Lambda function. Opening new tab. Okay, so we'll use the same function we created last time. What we were doing last time was it was getting triggered from SQS from our queue, and then it was writing to, I believe, CloudWatch. So what we'll do is we'll input JSON, and then we will manipulate the JSON here and then write to DynamoDB. So for that, let's see. We need a JSON. So we get a bunch of sample JSONs. Okay. So this is one JSON that we will send, and let's go to CloudWatch and see if it was received. Okay, so this is so the body of the message. So it was received. So name, city, order, amount, and address. So those were the fields that were being sent. So what we need to do is we need to write code in JSON, code in Lambda to parse this JSON and then use these fields to populate DynamoDB. So let's get started. Let's go to. All right, so let's start updating the code. So we have the JSON in the body, so we need to do some manipulation to it. So let's just say, okay, wow, that's nice. And then we have, okay, okay. We got city, name, address, order amount, and then we have zip code. Okay, all right. So you have all these in the variables. So now let's print all of these as well. Okay. 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 Let me just delete up the bodies. So individual fields. And then, okay, let's just city. They're all lowercase. Let's just compare with what we are sending here. Okay, order amount A is uppercase. Okay, so let's adjust here. All right, let's deploy. And we're still not writing to DynamoDB, but let's see if it's parsing the JSON. Let's go back. Let's refresh. Let's get the latest. Okay, so data of the messages. So looks like information is coming in correctly. We just now need code to be able to populate DynamoDB, which is straightforward. So we'll write the code here. So, okay, DynamoDB. Okay. Now the name of the table is customers. So let me go look, make sure that the case is correct. So it is uppercase, customers. And now we need to do put item. Okay. So city is equal to city, name, address, zip code, order amount. We had order amount that way. We just need to go to DynamoDB and check the case, the fields. So city, C is uppercase, order amount, address, name. They are all. So we need to adjust this. Address, order amount, zip code. So Amazon Q is pretty awesome. Looks like it's improving productivity really fast. So order amount, name, zip code. Okay, so that's all there. Um, all right. Well, this is assuming happy path, but it just gives us to kind of look at how these things are not that complex. All right. So we have this. Now let's see if this dog will hunt. So let's send the same message again. So let's go here, and right now, if we look at here, we have Dallas, Houston entries, and if you look at this Seattle. So let's see if this works. So okay, we send the message. Message was sent. So instead of checking the logs, let's see if there's entry. Okay, so there's entry for Seattle here. So this looks correct. So let's see if we can get another sample data for us to load. Okay, go to SQS. We just need to make sure we, because this is string data type in the table definition, and then let's send this message. Now this was Austin again, and the name was Alice Johnson. It's Austin, name is Alice Johnson, and the data is coming in. Let's do one last before we close out the video here. And same thing. All right, so this is from Chicago. So let's send the message, and let's go to items, and yep. So now we see information from Chicago as well. All right. So let's see if we can. Yeah. So I think that's all I wanted to cover. Really, I wanted to give a high level view of how it is not that hard to build the data pipeline to get the messages from SQS processed through Lambda and then write onto DynamoDB. And this can be anything. You can write to S3, you can write to DocumentDB, you can write to Redshift. So there's multiple options that you have. Um, and all of that you can code within Lambda function. I hope this helps. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.